I don't know, man. I think directors just be fucking with us, honestly. I sometimes think they're just trying to tell us like a story, or like themselves are from the future, and they're just trying to like give us a sneak peek, and like none of us just fucking like have any idea what's going on. We're just like going with it. Like there's so many theories on like shows and TV and movies.
Yeah.
Like, well, one that we grew up on, Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
Drake and Josh is crazy. It's like my all-time favorite show as a kid.
Yeah, same.
So there's like the basic theory that Drake and Josh is within the Nickelodeon series, right? And then within the Nickelodeon, there's Drake and Josh and iCarly and many other shows, but let's just stick to the two. And Drake and Josh is two brothers, stepbrothers, right? And one of the brothers, Drake, he comes in the family with his younger sister, Megan, which is played by Miranda Cosgrove, who later on is the same character that plays Carly in iCarly. Yeah. And in the timeline, Megan in Drake and Josh is young. She's probably like, what, 10, 12?
Yeah.
And then in iCarly, she's like high school, right?
I think it starts like in iCarly. I think it's like 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like 8th grade.
So it's clear that like Drake and Josh takes place before iCarly.
Yeah.
And then the theory is that at the end of Drake and Josh, that in the show, there's a character named Crazy Steve, right? He's just like psychopath, like, I don't know, what is, he's just crazy, right? Yeah. He works at like the movie theater. He's just a crazy guy. And then the theory is that because he is the same character in iCarly, he plays Carly's older brother, Spencer, in iCarly. Yeah. So the theory is Crazy Steve kidnapped Megan from Drake and Josh, brought her all the way to Seattle, which is where iCarly takes place, and then forces her to change her name to Carly and raises her as his little sister.
Yeah. Wait, isn't there this one too where it's like in like the last episode of iCarly, it shows like Here Comes Carly on the movie theater thing?
Yeah, so in one of the finale of the episodes, there's always that scenic shot, right? Where they take up the premiere, like the signs where all the movies are. And at the end of it, it's like one of the titles is like Goodbye Megan.
Goodbye Megan, Here Comes Carly.
And then the next movie title under is like Here Comes Carly.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And no one saw it coming until like, I don't know, a whole decade later for me.
Whoa.
And then there's another theory, which is way more dark. And they say that Crazy Steve murdered Drake and Josh and their families, kidnapped Megan and escaped to Seattle with her and made her pretend that he's her older brother. He changes his name from Steve to Spencer, and he makes her change her name to Carly so that no one would be suspicious. And then they say that Spencer made a whole fake background story to their lives, saying that their father was in the military, if you remember from the show. Yeah. And they say that their mother was presumed dead. And then in one of the earlier episodes in iCarly, their grandfather, right? Carly and Spencer's grandfather, they arrive.
The one from Yakima.
Yeah. So, So he comes to take Carly and with him to a town called Yakima in the show because he felt that Spencer wasn't responsible enough to take care of her. I don't know if you remember that episode. Yeah. And then at one point in that episode, the grandfather told her that they would be staying at the Parker Nichols Hotel.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. So do you get it?
No way.
Because in Drake and Josh, Drake's last name is Parker and Josh's is Nichols.
Yo, I didn't know that part. That's actually insane.
Yeah, so they stayed at the Parker Nichols Hotel and people were saying like this is the idea like that it's all one,
it's one universe.
It's one huge universe within Nickelodeon. Yeah. And then people have gone like crazy into it. I don't like some people are saying that Drake and Josh survived the killing and they took the inheritance from their parents because they died. Yeah. And they went and started this hotel called Parker Nichols Hotel. That's another theory.
Wait, Dawn, do you remember the episode where Drake walks into the apartment and he's like, "Hey, Megan." Don't you remember that episode? He actually walks into the apartment.
No, yeah, there's a lot. Like,
and he's like, "Hey, Megan, where's mom and dad?" Yeah. And she doesn't answer.
Yeah, like I don't get it. Are they just fucking with us? Like it's such a mind
that's so chopped. Oh my god.
Yeah. I have do you remember anything else from Drake and Josh?
Well, going like on the iCarly part of it, like so again with like Crazy Steve, I actually watched a video today where it was basically saying that Crazy Steve was actually locked up in a mental institution.
God. I heard of this.
In Sam and Cat.
Yeah.
Like I believe it was like a quick glance, but it was like Sam and Kat, like they were walking through, and he's behind like a glass like cage pretty much, and he's like going nuts. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy that like they think of this.
Yeah.
That's insane.
There's another episode in iCarly where Carly is actually watching an episode of Drake and Josh on TV. So then,
in her room, right?
Yeah. So there's a whole theory that Drake and Josh itself is actually a reality show.
Really?
Like, within iCarly. And do you remember that whole thing where they took on Drew and what's his name?
Oh, Drew and where they both they replaced each other, right? For best friends.
Yeah. They got new best friends. Like Drake and Josh had new best friends, and then they made a whole reality show on them. So they made the idea that like that show actually came out first, and the producer of that show made Drake and Josh into their own reality show, which is what Carly was watching on TV in iCarly.
Whoa.
Like, I don't, bro.
That's chopped. I did not think it was that deep.
Dan Schneider on something else.
Yeah, no, that nigga was definitely off the LSD when he was reading the scripts for these shows. Like, oh my god.
There's so many other shows. Like, I remember you were mentioning a SpongeBob one to me the other day.
Oh my god, that one is so okay. So
everyone knows SpongeBob.
Yeah, obviously everyone knows that one. Yeah. But this one is like this is a two-parter because it leads into something else.
Yeah.
All right, so it basically says here that like Bikini Bottom is named after a site where the government did a whole bunch of bomb experiments.
What?
You know, there's bare explosions in SpongeBob and
Bikini Bottom,
right? So
the city they're in.
The city that they're in was basically named after a place where the government chose to do all of their experiments called Bikini Atoll.
That's a thing here.
Yes.
Where's that?
It was back in the late 40s and 50s when they were doing it. Like when they were doing all these experiments.
Yeah, okay.
And within the show, there's like hella explosions. Yeah. And you know when you think of an explosion, it's like the mushroom.
Yeah.
Right?
And they always do that.
It's
right?
always
they always do that like nuclear like yeah.
So like that's the theory that like it's like, and all these fish in the Bikini Bottom are mutated because of the radiation, because of the experiments
from the 40s.
Yeah, like it's chopped. Like you think a lobster's that fucking deezed?
So it's hilarious. Yeah. So this is their life after the radiation,
pretty much. But it's just like funny.
Oh my god! And then there's one in SpongeBob where it wasn't that long ago, but the whole Jeffrey Epstein shit, right?
Oh yeah.
They said like, the address of I think SpongeBob's house was like the same matching one as Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Do you know what it's called? Because I have it here.
No, I don't.
Okay, basically,
is it James Street or something or
124 Con Street, Bikini Bottom?
Yeah.
Or no, yeah.
Okay. And was his island named after named Con Street, right, or something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was pretty fucked.
Yeah, basically like the correlation between Jeffrey Epstein, the sexual predator, and
like because that's the island where he would take all like the girls and shit.
Yeah,
right?
and he would also fly out all his friends and like really, really high up, powerful people. So someone like who knows, right? The world's messed up. Maybe this SpongeBob creator is fucked up in the head, and he was chilling with. Like, I mean, why? Like, are they trying to is it like one day when they die, maybe they're gonna leave behind this whole for us to uncover? You know what I mean? Like, they're really trying to fuck with us one day.
Because I feel like that's how a lot of things are, and that's how a lot of these conspiracies are. Like, whoever makes these up, it's up to us to decipher them whether they're real or not, right?
Us to take it for how it is, right?
And it's like, bro,
so, imagine the Jeffrey Epstein shit didn't get exposed until not that long ago. So if this was true, then this guy's been fucking with us for the past decade.
Yeah,
just trying to hint out that he's that's fucking crazy.
It's crazy because that information is it's accessible. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's so easy to find. And then I don't know how long ago that episode came out, but SpongeBob's been around for a lot. Either 2 decades now?
Our whole lifetime, at least.
Yeah, 20 years now.
For sure.
So it's it is so easy for them to put these little Easter eggs in, and it's it's now time for us to figure out and find it out and shit.
If the whole insane. Jeffrey shit didn't blow up, then we wouldn't really catch on this Easter egg.
Okay, right, real shit though.
Yeah.
Do you believe that nigga's dead?
Do I believe? Oh fuck.
Do you believe he's dead?
I never thought about that.
Because the story is that he committed suicide.
Okay. I see 2 sides to it. I either believe that he was killed or he's alive, but I don't believe he's committed suicide.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
The people that are saying he committed suicide are saying that there's no way he's going to testify against all these people. There's no way he's getting any reduced sentence.
Yeah.
But come on now. This guy is so powerful. Do you think he was killed or do you think he's alive?
I believe what you said. I think if he's not killed, he's alive.
Okay, yeah. But you're not too sure, right?
Because the thing is that they said that when he killed himself, the security footage went out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
How does a guy of his class not have 24-hour surveillance? Right?
Exactly.
Like, that's so stupid. But I remember I saw on another episode of this other podcast that 6ix9ine was talking about how Jeffrey, like, they put him in one of the worst prisons in New York.
What's it called? Rikers?
Yeah, I think Rikers. And yeah, it's like fucked up. It's like moldy. There's like rats. It's actually like a shithole. Wow. And I think like, I see why. Like, I would think he's killed because he's such a, like, bro, he like fucked with the whole world. Like, he's such a big deal, right? Like the shit he did. And him being friends with Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, the prince of Andrew, I think. Yeah. So it's like, if they were all caught in photos, there's photos of them being together on the island. Yeah. There's photos of them with like these survivors, these girls. Yeah. How are these other super wealthy and powerful people not going to do something about him possibly testifying against them, right? How hard is it for them to pay a sum of money to get him, killed in prison? Yeah. Or they still want to fuck with him and they still want to continue this sex ring, and maybe they kept him alive. Like maybe he's out hiding somewhere.
Maybe he's on the fucking island. Like, like the man has his own island for a reason.
No, Jeffrey Epstein, like, and then him, and then there's a whole shit. Like Ghislaine, right? Like his girlfriend. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she was like his right hand man. Oh, yeah. Like his little bitch. Like,
was it? It was the docuseries on Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where they explain like she would like lure the girls into the house.
She would do everything.
Yeah, and
for
like
him.
She would like, oh, like you're just gonna give him a massage, and then it would turn into something different. And like they would go to like like low income areas where these girls are hanging out and shit, and like, oh, we'll pay you like X amount of money. Just come and give a massage, and then obviously that massage turned into
the rape, like straight up, yeah. Bro, like it's not even Jeffrey that creeps me out. It's fucking Ghislaine, because it's one thing for him to be like a predator and all this, but imagine her, like someone, like you just get joy out of fucking watching someone else do this shit to people. Yeah, like you're helping him out, and that's pleasing you. And oh my god, it's so fucked up. Let me tell you about one of these theories about Jeffrey. So people are saying that he was a satanist. So they're saying that there were images of his island in the Caribbean, Little St. James, that was the name of the island, I forgot. And he has this like blue and white structure that looks like an ancient temple. And people are saying that on this temple, there's like bird statues on top. Okay. And the birds on top represent this owl. It's called the deity Moloch. I don't know if I'm saying it correct, but it's an ancient god in a past like smaller religion whose satanic desire is for child sacrifices. So they're saying that some people are saying that these bird statues actually kind of look more like half woman, half bird, which is in Greek mythology harpies. And because of the blue and white stripes that this temple is painted, they're saying like that's just like the Greek flag, right? Yeah. So they're believing that this temple is like a homage to ancient Greece. And Epstein used this temple to bring his underage victims and like where he'd have sex with minors, which was common in Greek culture, having like sex with minors back then. So like he like,
oh my fucking god, I didn't know that. That's fucking weird, man. Yeah, like you're so rich. Why do you have to fuck kids?
Yeah, I don't understand either. Like you can do anything you want. Go fly out anyone. Like,
oh my god, like it doesn't make any sense.
I saw this one the other day. This is like so out of the world. I've never heard this one before. So they're basically saying that Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, they worked together and they were actually acting as Israeli spies. And they're saying like they were on a mission to use underage girls to blackmail politicians for information. Okay. And this is based on this came from a former Israeli spy, a book that a former Israeli spy wrote. And basically the theory is that Epstein was recruited to a faction of an Israeli intelligence community known as the Mossad. And the Mossad was made from Robert Maxwell, which is Ghislaine's father. And Robert Maxwell was a billionaire. Like he owned some sort of like newspaper publishing company, right? He was a billionaire, and that's where Ghislaine gets her wealth from. Mm-hmm. So he created this thing called the Mossad, and they're saying that they recruited Epstein. And prior to that, Epstein and Maxwell had met, where she had brought him to the Mossad, which was made by her father. And yeah, they're just saying like he worked for the Mossad, and like they've made like denial claims that this had never happened. So this was something that's came up in the past.
Whoa.
Imagine they're Israeli spies. Like what?
Yo, I don't know, man. That shit is chopped.
I don't know. Like, what do you think is gonna happen to Ghislaine? She's under 24-hour surveillance right now.
She's in prison?
Yeah. No. Before trial.
Before trial?
Yeah. It's a whole COVID shit. It's really fucking everything up.
Oh, word. I don't know. Like,
you think she's gonna die? You think she's gonna live to serve her life in prison?
I feel like, just for some reason, I just have a feeling that like she's not gonna
make it to trial.
Like, I don't think she's gonna. I don't think anyone's gonna kill her.
Yeah.
I just think that like.
You think she'll kill herself?
Maybe that, or like, she honestly probably will just live out her sentence. To be honest.
You know they're fucking with her in jail right now, eh?
What do you mean?
The prison guards, like her lawyer came out with a statement. They're like fucking with her, like they're beating her. Like, yo, they made. I know, right? They made her clean the shower walls with a mop. Yeah, I swear to God, it came out on trial, like in court recently. Yeah, she's like being treated like horrible, and people are saying that the theory is that she is gonna die off, whether she gets killed or suicide.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be written off as she had COVID.
Really?
Yeah, and she dies from COVID.
So where is she right now? Is she at home?
No, she's in prison.
Oh, she's in prison.
Awaiting trial. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're believing that, they're going to blame it on COVID, the government, or whatever, all these fucking high up billionaires, and they're going to figure a way out for her not to testify against them.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty fucked up, man.
It's really, like, gives me the chills, bro, these two people.
But it's like really funny. Like, this is a little quick funny story. Like my brother's into that like conspiracy shit, especially when this Jeffrey Epstein shit came out.
Yeah.
But this guy was like sending me like Instagram DMs of like videos of like Jeffrey Epstein burning people alive.
What?
Yeah. Like I was looking, I was like, I don't know if that's real. Right?
Wait, but you see him in the video?
Like there's an old man, gray hair, skinny figure. You know what I mean?
Burning people alive.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
way.
I'm just with my brother. I'm like, yeah, like, come on. Like, there's no way someone's Instagramming this like this. Like,
there's no fucking way you wouldn't have been like that would be announced to the whole world if it were true.
Yeah, exactly.
They've already been on trial.
But remember back in the day, like that reptile race shit that came out with the celebrities?
Wait, what?
Like
that they're reptiles?
Yes, like Justin Bieber is a fucking lizard. He's part of the lizard people.
like I'm picturing like the character from Spider-Man.
Yeah, imagine that, but like they can shapeshift into having human skin.
Yeah, so that's exactly like the villain in Superman, the one with Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone.
Okay, yeah, basically.
Right, he's a human, the scientist. And
there's so many like interviews where like people are like, I think it's like all edited and shit, but like it'll be like you're Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
they're filming you, and then they like slow down the video, and then like you see his eye like flitch, and, like, turn into like a lizard eye, and it's like. Confirmed he's a fucking lizard.
I think that was just his fucking Lyme disease, bro.
Well, he has Lyme disease?
He had, yeah. He got bit by a tick, and that's why he was looking like he was fucking like off the drugs or something.
Interesting. No, but like there's bare other celebrities. Like I think they said Hillary Clinton was a lizard. They said Bill Clinton was a lizard. There's just all kinds of people, all kinds of celebrities, people that like sold their soul.
Yeah, Illuminati shit.
Bro, the Illuminati, bro. Like
I fucking grew up like I was like so interested in that when I grew up because I did not understand.
Yeah, bro, it's chopped. Like the New World Order, man. Bro, like back in the day, like grade 7, grade 8 is like when I started like getting to this because Mark would send all kinds of crazy shit to our group chat about the Illuminati.
Yeah.
So like we would just watch hours on this shit, and like I remember seeing videos that like, oh my god, I forgot. Oh, why am I getting a brain fart?
It creeps me out to this day when I see people with tattoos of like the Illuminati.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm just like, it's so implanted in my head from when I was young, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I totally believe it. Like, I totally believe that there are people out here that sell their souls because I am Catholic, I'm very religious. I believe people sell their souls for fame, for money, 100%. Success. And this whole thing kind of gives me the vibe of like, you remember Captain America Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
The whole Hydra shit.
Yo, yeah.
Is this Illuminati not basically Hydra? In a sense, like
in a sense,
the New World Order, right?
Yeah.
And their goal is to create a whole new dominance in the world. And that's fucking crazy. Imagine, like, who knows in this world? Maybe there is a soldier out there like that. Maybe they have, the technology like that to kill off people that are preventing their New World Order.
There was a thing with Jay-Z and like Beyonce, because they're a part of it. They're celebrities.
They're one of the most famous ones, right? Known as, possibly being an Illuminati.
Their daughter, Blue Ivy, actually...
They have a daughter?
Yeah, Blue Ivy. That's her name.
I don't know this.
So basically, when they were naming her, people came up with this theory that her name stood for... what what is it? Born living under like
Earth.
something.
Like what? Imagine like you actually weren't a part of all this shit and you're just trying to live your normal life, but everyone in the world is just fucking accusing you and like making theories for every single move you make.
Oh, so it says, okay, so it stands here. So it stands for born living under evil. That's what like blue stands for in her name. And then
fucking dark.
And then Ivy stands for Illuminati's victorious youth.
What the fuck? Like,
can you believe that?
How do people do this?
Bro, people like have all the time in the world, man. Like these people that are just sitting there on the fucking dark web creating shit.
If this were true, like then what the fuck is their goal? Like they must be a part of something so big, like beyond our imagination, that they have the capability to hint at us all this like fucked shit. Imagine like if we could actually one day find out which ones were real and which ones are fake.
Yeah.
That'd be so fucking sick. Do you think Bin Laden's dead?
Bin Laden?
Yeah.
I want to say yes, because I remember seeing the video that they put out, like the government put out, where they're like
going into the house
and shit. And I was actually in the States at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in the airport and it went insane. Like they released it and watching it on the news, and it's like, you know, it looked like fucking Call of Duty. They bust through the door. You know, they didn't kill like any women or anything in that house.
The children, the women, all his wives.
They went strictly for him, and it was crazy. And like
to his bedroom, right?
Yeah, and like the helicopter, like it didn't crash land, but it didn't land correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And like Bin Laden apparently like they knew something was up, and like that's why like they were kind of like prepared, like they knew something was going on outside and shit. Sure. But
fuck, do you think there's more to 9/11?
More to 9/11?
Yeah, like do you really think it was a terrorist hijack that crashed into the plane?
Are you asking me if I think what's his name did not, if what's his name Bush did 9/11? Like kind
of thing. Yeah, or there's a lot of theories that multiple people could have done it. I'm just asking, like, do you actually think
it was a terrorist attack for sure.
Oh yeah, you do? Okay.
Because I don't think like nigga, like you can't, the building is so big.
Yeah.
I don't think they lost power to steer. You know what I mean? Like I think like
No. Like the theory is that it actually happened. Like regardless of like all the theories, like those terrorists did crash the plane.
Yeah.
There isn't really theories that someone else crashed the plane. So like.
So then what is it with like Bush? Like Bush did 9/11.
Oh yeah.
Like he hired them?
Yeah. So the theory is that because these terrorists were from the Middle East, right? And the Middle East had so much oil back then, and the countries around the world were dominating for oil. Mm-hmm. So the theory is that Bush hired them to crash this plane, create this whole downfall, which gave the United States an excuse to raid the Middle East for oil for the next few years, you know, which is profitable, like billions and billions of dollars. So that's like one of the theories, that they made a deal with these terrorists, crash a plane, kill yourselves, create this fucking, just, that's their reason to go into the Middle East, raid for oil.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that is that what happened?
Well, yeah, the States had been mining a lot of oil the years after, right? So that's why that's one of the theories.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the other one was that there was evidence of like the day after the whole building and all that shit. Like in the stock market, there were like a couple, I think like shell corporations or like basically like big businesses under different names, and they had made like an insane amount of money from the stocks of the airliners. I don't remember the name of the airliner. So people are saying like in some way, maybe they were betting on the airliner, the whole company failing, which they got right, because that's how they made so much money after. Mm-hmm. So maybe these people had, or someone really high up had hired these terrorists. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, like it could have been more. It could have been more than a terrorist attack. When money's a factor, right? Like people do some really crazy shit.
It's like send that money back home.
Yeah, how can you just believe that it's just coincidence, right? When money is in the talks, it's like people will do some fucking crazy shit.
I never really thought about 9/11 like that, but that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
like to think that like that theory actually makes sense to me. To be honest, that's kind of crazy.
Fuck yeah. Oh. Was there another one that you had in mind?
This is like more like not like a sad theory, because we're going off like that topic of like
this is a sad one you have?
No. Well, it's kind of sad when you kind of look at it.
All right. Let's do this one last one.
Okay, last one.
Yeah.
So, this theory comes from Pokemon.
Okay.
Right?
I love your Pokemon.
Of course. So basically, have you ever Do you remember the first episode?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the first episode basically starts out with Ash Ketchum. He wakes up late to go and get his Pokemon, right? And obviously you get one of the three: Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, right? And basically he arrives late. There's no more Pokemon for him. Like
that's what happens in the first episode.
That's what happens. Fresh is like, look, I don't have any more, but I have this one. This one's kind of like doesn't listen to you. Like, you know, he's a little prick. You know, like
who is it?
Pikachu.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So he gets Pikachu by fluke, right? And basically within the first episode is that he gets electrocuted by Pikachu because he's an electric type Pokemon. He electrocutes him and Ash falls into a coma.
That's what happens in the first episode?
No. But the theory, like they go on to like do all their adventures, whatever.
Yeah.
But the theory is that once he got electrocuted, he fell into a coma. And all of his adventures are in his mind while he's in the hospital.
So the whole fucking show is just in his mind?
That's what the theory suggests, right?
Yeah. Or what actually happens though? Does he actually get electrocuted?
He gets electrocuted.
And then what?
It's a cartoon. Like it's an anime. Like he's fine, right? Like,
he survives and then they go on about their life.
Right? Yeah. So, and then, yeah, like they go on about their day. Like they start their journey, right? But the whole thing is that, like, you know,
it was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Like, it's all in this coma. Once he wakes up, he has to start back at zero. He never really went on all these adventures and caught all these things.
That's sick.
And then the second part to it is that basically in every single movie, I think up until like the very, very new ones, the same two characters, a mother and daughter, were in every single movie at the beginning. And it's always in the style.
Which movies? Like Detective Pikachu?
No.
Oh, like the original.
Like the original animated movies. Yeah. Like there's two characters, a mother and daughter, that basically come up. Like they're always in the beginning, and it shows them like either the mom telling like the daughter a story.
Okay.
So the theory suggests that Ash doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
That everything that he's been through, all like the adventures, are from the story that the mom was telling her daughter about this trainer. You know what I mean? So like
just a story.
It was just a story. So that's like
he's a character of a story.
Character of a story.
Okay.
But like that's just like the way like it shows it, because like it like for like because it's been around since 1995.
Yeah.
And I think the first movie came out in 1999, right? So it's like ever since then, those two same characters, mother and daughter, have been in it, and it always shows them together, like almost pretty much the same outfit.
Well,
like
who are they? Are they like background characters?
Background characters that are in it every single time.
Just in the beginning for a little bit.
Just the beginning, and it just shows them like together of her like either like showing like a storybook or something like that.
Are they in the show?
No. Okay. It's just random character. Like it's two random characters, but they keep getting into the second, like every single movie.
Oh, so I kind of get it. So like the mom is trying to get the daughter to picture the story she's telling. Exactly. And that's what you're watching.
Exactly. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So like, I don't know.
Fuck.
I mean, if they were to release that as an actual thing, I think I'd kill myself because I'd be very cheesed.
Wait, what do you mean if they release that?
If they put that like in an actual story arc, I'd be really pissed off.
Like, you mean if today they tell you that now?
Yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck? So this nigga really didn't do anything?
Your whole life was a joke?
Exactly, man. Fuck this. I'm not playing the game no more.
Oh my God. Yeah. There are like a million theories, bro. There's so many.
There's bare. Oh my God. We can definitely like do it again and like get some even crazier ones.
Yeah, I'm sure like, you know, if the viewers have ones they want to request that we go into, I'm sure there's so many big ones. Yeah. We touch on them in the future. This was a whole different approach to an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope it turns out well. Hope viewers, you guys enjoy it. But leave that like and subscribe. Leave us at 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Get us keep climbing the charts. And you guys have been showing tremendous love. Honestly,
honestly, super appreciative of everything, to be honest.
It's going crazy.
Like, again, we're still getting like these messages, and it feels really good. So.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
My God. Yeah. Well, till next time, guys.
All right. We're out.
Peace.
Bow.